Hot damn, guys. Good morning. It's Kevin, Life22. And I don't know if you can hear that outside. I figured this was a good opportunity to start. So, it is Western New York. It is a beautiful winter morning, but it ain't winter. It is just past the middle of April, and we've got snow on the ground. And I mean, it snows in July here, so who am I complaining to, right? Like, if you live here, you know it. It snows all year round. Like, there's no, like, that's why they have Christmas in July, because sometimes Santa Claus forgets. He sees the snow on the ground, he just comes down and delivers presents to kids down their chimney. So, no, what that sound is the sound of people working, man. That is the sound of trash trucks humming. And it is, some people get mad about it. They're like, wow, the trash truck woke me up. Well, guess what? You need to be getting up out of bed every morning. This is active April, people. You need to be getting up out of bed. If you think that, like, trash truck comes at, like, 6:30 to 7, and if you ain't out of bed by 7, I'm sorry, you should be up at 5:30. You should be up at 4. Get up. You only live once. What are you doing spending your time sleeping? There's time to sleep when you're dead. Okay? Boom. So, there's a bunch of guys out there that are slinging your garbage into a truck, hauling it to the dump. And they work very hard. It's stinky, yucky work. I'm sure that trash doesn't just have food. I'm sure it's got roaches and bed bugs and things that they could take home with them. They got a really risky job, them guys. And, you know, shout out to the trash truck worker. You know what I mean? Those guys get up at 4 o'clock easily every morning. A friend of mine owns a trash company. He gets up at like 2 o'clock to start working on a truck so it's ready for when the guys get in at 4. You know, so like there is no rest for the small business owner. And I just want to remind you all this on this beautiful Wednesday morning. I'm trying to come up with like a formula for how we're doing the show, right? Like we have Motivational Mondays. I really just ran low on time yesterday. So we didn't get a podcast out. That's what the delay was. But it's one of those things. Like, we're trying to figure out what we're talking about on the show. And, like, last night, there was no council meeting. Everybody's on vacation. And this week is a committee week. And if they have nothing on committee, they don't have to schedule anything. So where they have to have a council meeting every other week to do the normal day-to-day operation business of the city. You know, all that beautiful finite stuff. Man, doesn't that sound great? Oh, work. And then that machine that they're driving, human ingenuity, created by free markets. You didn't see any of those things in China until they stole our technology because we're a free market, baby. That's it. So, that, and for active April, what were we talking about? Oh, so yeah, I was thinking, man, maybe I should give them an update on the council meeting. I went to listen to the council meeting, and it was the beginning of the previous one. And I'm like, oh, they didn't have a council meeting. They had nothing scheduled on the agenda. They just passed the budget. That's a big hurdle. They're working 2 days a week. All right, well, they're all on vacation. They might not have enough people for a quorum. What are you going to do? So we're no updates there, folks. I mean, there's always something going on, but what I wanted to remind all of you about is that it is still active April. And if you haven't been active, I need you to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm formulating a campaign on trying to reach out to David Goggins and get him on the show. And I think it's just like, I think a social media call out is probably the way I'm going to try to pull it off. I tried it the other day on X. I don't think he's on X as often. I checked Instagram. I'm going to have to find out what social, but he's probably got a lot going on because he's David Goggins. So get hard, stay hard. You know, that's the David Goggins way. Get up at 4 o'clock in the morning. Go for a run. It's going to suck. I watched, I've been, so like in my efforts to find where David Goggins is hiding on the internet so that I can like kind of call him out and see if he'll come on the show. I've been getting like wrapped up in all these little like Instagram reels and David Goggins YouTube shorts and just all these like little motivational ones, and it's like he's phenomenal. I love David Goggins. I read his first book. I'm in the process now because of this little quest of mine to read the next book, and I'm a good part way through that. So when I first read his book, I followed his advice and tweeted stages through the book that I had read, and hashtagged "Can't Hurt Me" on Twitter at the time. And he replied, he's like, "Stay hard, brother." And it was one of those things. It's like the author of this book, David Goggins, just replied to my Twitter comment. My lowly, like I had 2 followers on Twitter. Like it was, it motivated me even more so. And then that's what's motivating me now to see if we can get David Goggins on the show, because he's quite a celebrity, and I think that would be not just a feather in the cap of the show, but it would be it would be just very humbling to have him on a Zoom call or something. So that'd be great. So we're working on that. There's also a jiu-jitsu tournament coming up. So going into these David Goggins quotes and things like that, we have a jiu-jitsu tournament coming up, and there's no better David Goggins way. Like this is turning into like the Church of David Goggins right now. So there's no better David Goggins way to go at that jiu-jitsu tournament where you're kind of like close to 40, paunchy guy like Kevin here, who's trying to stay active, who's trying to be fit, who's working hard, life gets in the way, whatever. And I set a goal for myself, like every year I do these tournaments in April, and my kids do the tournaments, and we signed up all 4 of the kids and myself for the 2 events that are worth anything. There's another one that's, I don't know, I'm not a big fan of the 3rd event. It's just like it's part of the art, but it's not. It's like self-defense / katas, which is like, it's like a dance. It's a dance and fluid movement with your motions and techniques, and it's, I don't know, it's not the combat aspect. You know what I mean? Like you can do a kata, and that's more of like you do it in your apartment bedroom, before you go like to Dulles Tower to go like kind of like, save the Cuban refugee from holding, and that's the premise for Die Hard 2. But yeah, that's where you see katas. Like you're naked in your hotel room trying to do that. Like that's to me what it is. It's like a you and a meditation type thing. It's not really a like put on display for others unless you're testing up in belt sizes and stuff like that. Like I don't foresee it as something that you just like show off, like, because it's like, ooh, it's not really a show off type of thing. Ooh, they can do that. Like, and the self-defense thing is like more or less like a PR thing. It teaches, like, it just kind of shows you how you can use this in real life. And it's just, I don't know, it's more of a display, not an event. Like you can just, it's an act. And so what, we signed me and the kids up for combat sports jiu-jitsu, which is the stand-up sparring. And then you can go to grappling. And then there is just the straight grappling round. I'm always disappointed, and I tell the sensei this all the time, I'm very disappointed that they don't just keep the stand-up sparring as a third option like they used to. Give me the mobies. It gives me the mobies. But with that said, we're signed up for that. What happens is I try to go to jiu-jitsu often, and it doesn't end up happening. And I came back beginning of April, end of March into jiu-jitsu class again. And the sensei was like, because the kids go all year round, right? And they like might take a week off here or there, but for the most part, they're there all year round. And he's like, "Bro, where have you been?" And I'm like, he's like, "You haven't been to class in like a year." And I'm like, "Yeah, I know. I'm just kind of like donating my money every month, and now I'm here." And so I bust my butt, and try to make every class Tuesdays and Thursdays until the tournament, and I just kind of like cram it all into a month. So as long as I'm staying physically active, which going to jiu-jitsu classes helps with that. But if I do my kettlebell workouts and my stretches, which I've been doing since February, I should be in relatively good shape. And it was funny because I started jumping back into jiu-jitsu and I felt sore, but I wasn't like winded. And then I went on Tuesday, I went yesterday, and I was like, I got tired doing the stretches, and I was breathing hard, and I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna die a week from Saturday. So it's one of those things. But there is a tournament coming up at normally it's held at the Seneca Nation Allegheny event complex, which is a very nice complex. It is a hall, and we're an Olean-based combatives academy. So I as much as I did enjoy that facility, it is a lot of work to set up there compared to the alternative, which is the Olean Middle School gym, which is where we're doing it this year. The Olean Middle School gym it's dated. It's it's not a brand new facility. It's not as nice, but I mean, those are you don't need it to be brand new and nice. Wood bleachers or, wooden floor versus the rubberized, mat type flooring. And then you put on our mats anyways, so it doesn't really matter what the floor is, as long as it's not dirt. Yeah, but it's a good time. I encourage anybody who is in the area to stop down. Saturday, the 26th of April. Usually, I think the events start around 10. If you're looking to get registered, get weighed in, I'm pretty sure they accept applicants all day long. People who last-minute sign-ins, people who are coming from far away that just get there late. It's a really good thing. Even if you've never done it before, it's worth the $100 or so to try to I don't know, get the crap kicked out of you. It doesn't sound enticing to a lot of people, but I think it's very humbling, to say the least. David Goggins would call you a pussy and tell you to stay hard. So, and nobody wants David Goggins to yell at you, right? He's intimidating. He's a monster. He's getting up on 50 years old and he just walks towards you and you stammer back. And he might just be he could be even holding roses and a balloon and a box of chocolates. And as he starts walking towards you, you still get panic as if those things don't exist. And he's holding a machine gun or a giant, Rambo knife. That's how it appears, just because of how intimidating he is. And then if you hear about his career, it just makes it that much worse. Anyways, that said, So I think it's a great thing that it's happening here in, our city, the place where this organization is kind of is based and founded and things like that. And then it's not so much of a hall either. So it's okay, great. A lot of years, the middle school will donate us the mats to take with us for the event, and then we bring them back on Monday. You know what I mean? There's all these little things that happen. We have our own mats, just because it usually can be a big event. So having to borrow the middle school mats when it's being held at the middle school, really easier for transportation. It's literally just bringing the mats from and it's 4 blocks away, from the academy over to the middle school. It's going to be easier. It's going to be nicer. It's also going to help promote another great event in our city. So I think this all around is going to be a great thing. We've got some more upcoming exciting news for this event. We're waiting for that to drop, but there's just a ton of stuff going on any given day, and I got to go twice a week, and this is the last Saturday that I'll be able to go, where I'm going to take the kids with me because they have family days on Saturdays. So what happens is that they mix the adults and the kids together. The younger kids still go for their half hour. They release them, and so little Lennox will sit on the bench, and then the other kids will all go, they'll be with me in the hour class, and then so it'll be nice. I'll get a third class in this week. which I don't think will put me in any better shape towards the tournament. But I got to work on my submissions. That's what happens. Is it's all a memory game when I go to class. It's like, okay, I remember how to do this. All right, yep. And then just getting back in the motions and practicing the motions. Yes, I do use it as a form of a workout as well on top of my kettlebell and my stretching routine. But it is also just about, like, practicing the moves, practicing the goals, like, okay, this type of submission usually works. Can I try this one? I got to work on my striking form because I don't do that often. I forget about it. Because I'm not out there punching people when I'm not in class. So it doesn't happen every day. And so, yeah. But yeah, it's Active April, people. So I need you to get out there. I need you to do your thing. And then I'm getting close to this rant. So other than that, guys, just kind of a Kevin mid hump day rant. We've got Good Friday and Easter's this Sunday. Those two events coming up. Those nice, wholesome family type things where you get to spend some quality time with your family. But the show is coming to an end here this morning, and I'd like to end it with our shout out to David Goggins that we were interested in having him on the show. We're huge supporters of the David Goggins experience in all of its forms, from the good, the bad, the ugly, the you can't until you're never finished. So we'll look forward to your response. And with that, guys, we're signing out. Kevin, Life22. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and check us next time.